Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, but also how we're going to fix it together. And the content right now, I stumbled across Chris Hayes from MSNBC, skinny tie glasses extraordinaire, to illustrate on high how stupid we are as conservatives and 2A advocates across the board. I had to do a video on this because there's a gun angle, there's a conservative angle, there's a common sense angle. We are about to have so much fun. Everything is linked into the description box below. I can't wait to hear what you guys think. And of course, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn the notification bell on. And this video might be short, might be long. I don't know. We're going to take the time it needs to nuke this from orbit because, oh, baby, let's get it. Take it away, Chrissy.
Finally, and this is the one conservatives love to get wrong, one we're obsessed with here on the show. There has been a big decrease in violent crime under President Biden. 2020 was one of the most dangerous years in America in a decade under Donald Trump. Violent crime spiked around the country. It spiked in both urban and rural areas. But in every year of the Biden administration, violent crime has come down. In fact, according to the latest estimates, 2023 is on track to have one of the lowest violent crime rates in half a century.
Oh, there's so much. There's so much. Okay, so we're going to hit the gun piece in a second because that's obviously what we focus on this channel heavily. But you're telling me, Chris, that there was a big spike in a pandemic when every single individual felt more stressed than ever before. So you had a spike, both rural and urban, across the country to artificially high levels. It then falls off of a cliff and returns back to normal. And now that's Biden saving us from on high. Now keep in mind, here comes the gun piece. They were telling us that whole time that the reason that all the violent crime was happening in 2020 was because it was Trump and he was obviously evil and there's more guns in this country. It's awash with guns. It's an epidemic of gun violence. You remember all that? We need some common sense gun reform, all the little talking points. Well, now they didn't get any gun control of what they were asking for. They got a little bit, but it wasn't what they were asking for. It falls off of a cliff magically and all of a sudden, oh my goodness, Biden did that. In fact, beautiful people, we can't say actually what happened. We have to say the narrative. Well, let me pull you up what happened to help this along with, for Chrissy's sake. Firearms background checks at record levels. That looks like a 2000 to 2021 graph. That's going upward. Coincidentally, we're seeing a downtrend in violent crime. Well, let's look at, maybe I'm just making something up. Let's look at another long-term trend so we can actually zoom out from what Chris just said. Look, Biden was 2020 to 2023. Okay, well, let's go back to 1990. And here's an actual graph of the violent crime rate falling off of a cliff at the exact same time, coinciding with gun ownership at unprecedented levels of purchasing. Weird. So in conclusion, we've got a talking leftist, arrogant, condescending man on MSNBC. Well, I don't want to assume his gender. He can tell you that. On MSNBC telling us that Biden saved us from on high. Here's the actual graphs from 24 years ago. Oh, actually, 34 years ago. A 30-year graph going backwards and looking on a downward trend while gun ownership was going up the whole time. They were telling us it was guns was the problem, and then they said they needed more gun control. They didn't get their gun control. Then the violent crime fell downward, and now all of a sudden Biden saved us because the thing that they said was going to do didn't do, but then it happened anyway. Guys, you cannot make this up. If you were writing this as a novel, these people are zealots. They will say one thing for 3 years nonstop, then all of a sudden they'll do an about face because their guy's in trouble. So now all of a sudden Biden did it, even though all the things that they said were the only solution never came to pass, and it worked anyway. And all of a sudden it's like, well, goodness gracious, thank goodness for Biden. This is why we need to defeat people like this. Rhinos alike. They don't just get to escape the ire. But I thought that was enjoyable. I saw it on Twitter and I had to bring it to you. Let me know what you guys think of this format and the content below, and I will see you on the next one. I'm Braden. See you later.